A very good evening, traders. Welcome to a next episode of Post Market Report. Friends, have you ever looked at a chart and realized that there is no meaningful pattern, or that you are not able to find a meaningful pattern upon which you can place your trades? Or even if you find a meaningful pattern, you always hit the stop loss, or your trades do not reach your assumed profit target? If you answered yes to any of the questions, then you are at the right place. In this channel, we dissect chart patterns and draw them. From one of my mentors, I have found out that chart patterns are like patterns in the cloud. For some, it may be some pattern, and for the other person, it might be some other pattern. Also, it takes a lot of looking at the chart to realize a meaningful pattern. So let's continue in today's video and draw some of the pattern. For those who are new to this channel, hi, I am Aryan, a noob trader. I have been trading in the Indian markets for the past 4 years. My trades are based solely on technical analysis, which includes price action, chart patterns, support, resistance, and trend lines. Before I proceed further, let me give you guys a standard disclaimer. I am not a SEBI registered analyst. The equities shown in this video are solely for educational purposes. I do not provide any buy or sell levels. Neither do I recommend anyone to trade on my analysis. I have a right to be wrong, and I love being wrong. Please consult your financial advisor before taking any positions. Wishing you a happy trading. Screen, we have opened Nifty 50 on 1 hour time frame. Today's price action started here. The initial candle was a big green one, which took prices near 25,200 levels. There it found heavy supply. Upon facing that supply, it came all the way down. However, towards the bottom, there was a sharp demand, which created this candle with a very long lower tail. Following that, there were two green candles that took prices above previous candle's high. Then, in the afternoon, last hours of the market, there was a heavy selling which formed a very big red candle, similar to the initial green candle that was formed. This red candle brought prices to the opening levels, also at a day's low, and gave a closing there. I feel this volatility was all due to expiry day. Today was a weekly expiry for Nifty contracts, and this volatility may be due to that. Looking at previous price action, we also find that this up move was around 60 to 67% retracement of the previous downfall. This is the downfall, and this up move, which we have been seeing for previous some days, 3 to 4 days, this up move took prices to around 67% retracement of this down move, and we have come to a resistance of 25,200. If we zoom out the chart, we are at a very good place. See, we are somewhere at this level, and since it has been acting as a resistance for a long time, the sell-off was expected at this level. Will the sell-off continue? We will find out in the next day's price action. So stay tuned to this channel for upcoming video. Now let's analyze sectoral indices. For that, I will put up my all sectors chart. Now we are looking at 15 minutes time frame. Let me zoom in a bit so that we can see the candles better. For Nifty 50, we can see that there is a M pattern formation in 15 minutes time frame. and today's closing was at the bottom of this M pattern. For Bank Nifty, similar is the case. For Auto Index, it is somewhat V-shaped pattern, upside down V. Till noon, there was a up move. Then slowly it came down. In the halfway of this up move, there was a rectangular pattern formed inside which price traded for almost rest of the day. Only in the late afternoon, later towards the end of today's market session, there was a sell-off and this rectangular pattern was breached. In FMCG, we can see a clear sell-off. Initially, there was some one green candle which took prices a little above. Then there was a sharp selling which took prices below yesterday's low. Then there was demand seen at the lower part which took prices to halfway of this downfall. Then again towards the end there was a sell-off, and after this sell-off price closed at the today's low. IT index was quite stable for all day. It traded inside a rectangular box, opening at the top of this rectangular box, midway coming down, and towards the end it touched the upper part. However, towards the end there was a minor sell-off and price closed in the center of this rectangular channel. Nifty Pharma was on a uptrend. When all other sectors were forming M pattern or a down move, Nifty Pharma was gradually going up inside a upward slanting parallel channel that we have drawn here. To conclude, today's performer was Pharma Index followed by IT Index. Bank and Auto were similar to Nifty 50, while FMCG was the draggard of today. Now let's look at some of the individual stocks. Starting from top losers, today's top loser is Axis Bank. Remember, it was yesterday's top gainer. Today it is 2% down. It is 1 hour time frame. Now let's move to 15 minutes time frame. Yesterday this was the up move and today it is exactly opposite. It came all way down, wiping off all the gains of yesterday and closing at the lowest level. Then we have Tata Motors, which is again 2% down. It is interesting that yesterday also it was on a downward trajectory. This is day before yesterday, this is yesterday, and this is today. So the down move in Tata Motors continues today also. If we analyze, we can see it is taking resistance at this downward sloping trend line, or better we can draw a parallel channel. This. Next we have Tata Consumers, which is also around 2% down. It also faced selling pressures from the starting itself. Tata Consumers is, I guess, in FMCG, so this down move is natural as whole of the FMCG index is down. It came down, stabilized at the lower part, trading in a rectangular box. Then this rectangular box also was breached out. So for upcoming days, I guess this level will act as a resistance. Next we have trend, which is also 2% down approximately. This 2% down move came in the initial candle itself. There was a gap down, then this gap was covered, and then there was a sell off. And today's price action for trend is stabilizing at the lower part. It is at this lower part, and if we zoom out or look at 1 hour time frame, we can see that it is stabilizing at this level, lower part. If I have to look at it, I can see this movement as a stabilization before the up move. This was the down move, there was a slight up move, then today it consolidated at this lower. In the coming future, I guess there will be a up move which may take prices to somewhat 5,000 level. Our next top loser is Adani Enterprises. Remember, it was up yesterday and today it is down. On 15 minutes time frame, the initial candle was a green one. Then it consolidated at the upper zone for around an hour, which was also a resistance some 2-3 days back. From there, it took resistance, found selling pressure, and then came all the way crashing down. Now let's look at some of the top gainers. The top gainer is Bharti Airtel. It started with a up move. There was a slight profit booking, and then the up move continued. Only in the afternoon there was again profit booking, and it closed higher. It is around 1.3% up. Then we have Indusind Bank from banking sector, which we can see it trading in a zone. It is inside a box itself. Then our next gainer is Bajaj Auto, which is 1.2% up, and it was up a whole way for for the whole day. It was moving up gradually, and it has now come up at this resistance level. In the coming days, let's see if this resistance is broken down or this resistance is held. Next gainer is Geo Finance, which is around 1.19% up, and all the up move was in the initial hours itself. After that, there was a consolidation to somewhat down move or retracement of that up move. Our next performance is Eicher Motors from Auto Index. We saw Tata Motors from Auto Index was 2% down, and here we have Eicher Motors, which is 1% up. For Eicher Motors, it was moving up for the whole day. Only in the late afternoon session there was slight profit booking, which took prices to 33% retracement of the whole day's up move. So we have covered today's price action for Nifty. Along with it, we covered major indices, and we also covered top 5 gainers and losers. That was all about today's report. Please like this video and subscribe the channel to get notifications of latest videos. Bye bye traders. See you in the next report. Adios amigo. Powering off.